So, are you thinking of moving to the Seattle area, but you just don't know where to live and which suburbs to live in? Well, stay tuned because this video, I'm going to tell you the top 7 suburbs for families in the Seattle area. Hey everybody, my name is Tova Williamson and I am a local realtor here in the Seattle metropolitan area. And I shoot tons of videos of what it's like to live in Seattle and what it's like to move here. So if those are more videos that you want to watch, go ahead and click the subscribe button and don't forget to click that bell so that you'll be notified every time a new video comes out. We honestly get reach outs every single day from people that are wanting to move here and we love hearing from you guys, but we can't help unless you reach out. So give us a call, email, text, whatever you got to do, because we got your back when you're moving to Seattle. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the top 7 suburbs in the Seattle area. This is a list that is compiled by niche.com, N-I-C-H-E, niche.com. Their website, you can look up like school grades on there, just all sorts of things. They have all sorts of like lists for different areas to live in and ratings. There's a lot of like comments from people that live in the areas too. So it can be kind of helpful when you're moving to the area as well. But this list is from niche.com that gives you the top 7 suburbs for families in the Seattle metropolitan area. So we're just going to dive right on in and talk about number 1, which is Clyde Hill. So I'm going to show you on my map where that area is. Clyde Hill is to the east of Seattle. And honestly, all of these suburbs are on the east side, which is east of Seattle. So just keep that in mind. The east side has really grown into a very desirable area over the past couple of years. I mean, it's always been popular, but past year or two, it's just blown up over there. So Clyde Hill is over here. So we've got downtown Seattle here, Clyde Hill right around here. It's kind of like borders downtown Bellevue. It's just like this weird, it's technically its own town, but it's more just seems like a neighborhood of Bellevue. There's not like a ton of things to do there. It's mostly just like residential, but it's a very popular area. It's got really good schools rated. It's a really good school district. It's also rated as one of like the top safest areas or cities in Washington state. So I think that's what draws a lot of people there. Again, I mean, the median sales price there is $4 million. So definitely higher price point. People pay big bucks just to live there because it is Clyde Hill, because of the neighborhood. And some of the houses, you're like, really this much money? But they're like, you know, people kind of go nuts over there. So that's a very popular area. You can find houses less than 4 million, but it's going to be really competitive in this area. So number 2, we've got Sammamish. So Sammamish is over here east of Bellevue. Even it's on the other side. We've got Lake Sammamish right here. And then Sammamish is here. So it's got its little downtown area. And then there's a lot of other lakes around here too, not just Lake Sammamish, but other smaller little lakes too. So this area is super popular, really, really like geared toward families, really good schools. The little downtown is like really cute and quaint. There's more things coming. I mean, it's not the most like exciting area as far as like nightlife or anything. It's geared towards families more. Out there, you're going to get a lot larger lot size is a lot larger homes. Median home price out there is about $2 million. That's for April 2022. So Sammamish is just like a fun area. You've got a lot of outdoor activities to do there. You can get bigger lots, bigger homes, really close proximity to a lot of things to do. And then you're still relatively close to like Bellevue and Redmond if you want to go, you know, do a little more like exciting dinner or, you know, go to a concert or something. You're still in close proximity to some of these other areas. And again, schools are great there. Pretty much all these areas have really highly rated schools. That's why they're like rated so high for families. Number 3, we've got Redmond, which is just north of Lake Sammamish right here. Redmond is home to Microsoft and Nintendo. So there's a pretty big tech presence there. A lot of people live there and work at Microsoft. So it's got pretty quaint, cute little downtown area. You've got like condos and things there, but then definitely more suburban and then sometimes more rural once you get out here into this Union Novelty Hill area. Can definitely feel a little bit more suburban. So, but it's got a pretty good mix of things. I think they have a farmer's market there that goes throughout the summer too. You've got Marymore Park here that has concerts in the summer. So, it's a fun little area and really geared towards families and family activities. The median home price in Redmond for April was 1.9 million. So again, definitely on the higher price point, higher end, but it is very popular there, very competitive for homes in this area. Number 4, we've got Yarrow Point, which is, again, it's kind of over here in this Clyde Hill area. It's just this tiny little area right here. Like it's literally, it's its own town, but it's really just houses. There's like nothing else here. So you're going to go into Bellevue or any other place to do anything, but it's just kind of an interesting town. I don't know much else to say about it besides the fact that it's just very small. I think there's like 100 houses or something in the whole area. So there's not a ton. So that makes it extremely competitive. The home lot sizes are really big there. And a lot of them are just like these huge sprawling estates. Because of that, and it's just a very limited geographic area. So median home price in Yarrow Point was 6.6 million for April of 2022. That can really jump. I think March it was like 4 million. So because there's such like limited housing supply there, I mean, you sell like one house at 10 million, that just like skews the whole average for the area. So, I mean, you're still going to be in the multi-millions to live in this area, but you probably can find something less than 6 million. But it's just like super limited, super low supply of houses there, but you're still going to be in that really desirable Bellevue school district in that area. Number 5 is Bellevue. So probably heard a lot about Bellevue. It's the 5th largest city in Washington. It sits kind of right here in between Lake Washington, Lake Sammamish, I-90, 520, this area here. Downtown Bellevue's here, so you've got a lot of high rises. It still kind of has that big city feel, but then the further out you go, you get east over here, then it definitely gets a lot more suburban. So the schools here, again, are very desirable. There's tons of parks in Bellevue, tons of trails. You've got Bridle Trails State Park up here, which kind of sits between Kirkland and Bellevue. So there's a ton of trails here. You can like ride horses and stuff if that's your thing. So Bellevue's got a lot of things going on, a lot of things to do. It's not just like this sleepy suburb of Seattle anymore. It's kind of grown into its own and has its own things to do here. So living here, you don't necessarily need to be going into Seattle to do things. I mean, if you want to see a Mariners game or anything like that, and most of like the larger concerts are going to be in Seattle, but other than that, I mean, you still have a lot to do here, and Bellevue's kind of become like the focal point city for the east side. So people then in Redmond, Kirkland will go into Bellevue to do things or have dinners or do shopping and stuff like that. Median home price in Bellevue for April 2022 was 1.8 million. So definitely less than Yarrow Point, Clyde Hill, some of those areas, but still definitely a premium pricing over there. People, again, want to move to Bellevue because of the school district. So you're going to see it be pretty competitive there. The type of homes will be mostly like mid-century to like split level homes and older homes. There's some newer construction coming on, new like townhouse style, new condos, and new like custom homes that will tend to be a lot more expensive, but you get a pretty good mix and variety of like lifestyles and housing options in Bellevue. Number 6 is Mercer Island, which is right here. So it sits right in the middle of Lake Washington in between Seattle and Bellevue. I-90 connects it to everything. everything. So Mercer Island is a very desirable place. People like, it's one of those places where people live and they love it and they never want to leave. So it's got, you can go into Bellevue for things, you can go into Seattle. It kind of sits right in between. It's kind of like that middle point, which is nice. Then you've got the kind of Mercer Island downtown area here that's got shops, stores, restaurants, things like that. But most of Mercer Island is going to be single family home, almost all of it. You can get these like amazing waterfront estates along the water here and here. And then inside it's kind of more like just regular suburban style homes that you would think of. Schools here again are really great. They've got a ton of parks for such a small area. I mean, you can just see all these green dots. Like there's a bunch of parks around here. They've got, I think, 475 acres of parks and open space. So it's definitely, just a really nice, like quiet, quaint area with a lot of parks. Like if you're into nature and outdoors, Mercer Island's like a really good spot. Median sales price in Mercer Island is 2.75 million. So again, you're definitely going to pay a premium to live there, but people that do, I mean, it's definitely worth it to them. Like people that are like ride or die Mercer Island, they love it. So, and lastly, number 7, we've got Medina, which is another one of these kind of little, just small little towns in that border Bellevue. So it sits right here. There's like a giant park right in the middle. So again, it doesn't have a ton of housing just because it's such a small geographic area. Not a lot really going on here. I mean, you're closer to Bellevue and everything. So you're going to be going into Bellevue to do anything because it's a really small area. They've got some schools here, which are very, very highly rated. And this is actually a country club, not a park. So yeah, just kind of speaks to what you're going to be doing in Medina is you're going to be golfing if you like golf. So median home price there is 4.5 million. So again, on the higher end, Medina, Clyde Hill, and Yarrow Point are all these kind of like very, very exclusive kind of like high end areas where Bellevue, Redmond, Sammamish, even Mercer Island are a little bit more, for the east side, a little more run-of-the-mill areas. But all of these have very highly rated schools. That's what's really drawing that family rating there for families being in the suburbs. But there are other areas that are still very family friendly, that are not quite as expensive as the east side. If you go up to the Bothell area, into Canyon Park, Kenmore, this area is still within that desirable North Shore School District that's part of, I think even like Woodinville and Kirkland Redmond, which is a really desirable school district. So your money stretches a little bit farther in those areas, definitely getting more expensive just because people know that it was cheaper and they can still get those desirable school districts, still relatively safe. So those are some also good areas to check out. Even going south, you've got Newcastle, and then parts of Renton, like Northeast Renton, are part of that Issaquah School District, which is also a very highly rated school district. So again, your money goes a little bit farther in like Renton, Bothell areas, but you're still getting some of those very desirable school districts. So there you have it. That is the top 7 best neighborhoods for families according to niche.com. So moving to Seattle or a new city can be really hard, especially when you don't know the areas and when you're trying to figure out where you want to live. So that's what we're here for. We're here to help. We love hearing from you guys, but you got to give us a call. We can't help unless you call. So call, email, text, and we'd love to hear from you. We've got your back when you're moving to Seattle.